guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews. I'm going to do another Fallen Kingdom figure today, but it's one that I'm kind of switching it up a little bit. For a while here, I've been only reviewing carnivores, which I didn't really realize I was doing. So today we are going to review this, and this is the Roarivore Triceratops. And as with all four of the Roarivores that are released currently, it is beautiful, an absolutely beautiful sculpt. The detail on this is incredible, jaw-dropping incredible, and I feel like the color of it is so close to the original Triceratops from the very first movie. It makes me like it so much more. And as far as the sculpt, I feel like the sculpt is very, very reminiscent of the Triceratops from Jurassic Park. The overall sculpt in this is just beautiful, and as with all the Roarivores, it does do this. So it's definitely got some very, very cool noises. As you saw when I pushed the button on the back, the head does come up as well. As with the carnivores, they have the articulation of the mouth. This one's got articulation of the head. And you can actually see, if you want to just play with the head can actually move all over the place. So very, very cool addition to this figure. But let's get a closer look so we can take a look at some of the detail. Starting up here, taking a look at the head sculpt, you can see that the detail is just immense. Absolutely immense. Beautiful detail all over. Look at the detail just on the beak. The beak of the dinosaur, and look at the horns, honestly. Like, there's just beautiful detail all over the place. Something that I feel like a lot of companies like Hasbro for sure would have skimped out on, but no sir, not with Mattel. They nailed it with this Triceratops. Look at the detail around the eye. That eye is beautiful. I really like the darker coloration around the eye as well. And then when you take a look back here at the frill, look at those little tiny scales all over the frill. Insanely nice detail and sculpt work all over this Triceratops. The head is just about as top-notch as a Triceratops head can get. And then you've got the little horns and spikes that stick up all around the outer rim of the frill. And then I'm not really the biggest fan of the horns being white, but I guess I can live with it because this whole sculpt is just so beautiful, and I feel like the paint job is pretty nice. Just the only thing I would have changed is probably like the color of the horns. You can see a seam right here where the head connects to the neck, but it's one of the very few seams, aside from obviously where the legs and stuff connect, that you see. And then you can see this obviously on the underside because it does make the noise, so you have to have a place for the noise to come from. But you can see, looking at the legs, beautiful detail everywhere. The sculpt of this is insane. Look at those feet. Those feet and nails are sculpted so beautifully, and the detail as far as the scales and stuff on this Triceratops go, it's just beautiful, incredible. Just look at it. The scales are all sculpted to different sizes everywhere. It's just insane how much detail goes into these Mattel sculpts. Beautiful skin folds here in the stomach region. Coming back here, you can see insanely nice muscle tone here in the leg. The back leg has huge muscle tone all over the place. The great kneecaps, some skin folds here. So the overall detail of this Triceratops is a 10 out of 10 for sure. And then again, you have to connect the tail with Roarivores. For some reason I guess they decided that it would save on space with the box being smaller, so they took the tails off and you just have to snap the tail in. Very easy to do, not a problem at all, and it holds nicely. You do have a little seam there now, but it's not really distracting. And again, looking at the detail back here on the tail, you can see and continue to see just how insane the detail is all over this figure. Looking at the other side, also beautiful, all over the place. This thing is just screaming quality. Now the legs are articulated like you would expect. Beautiful articulation in both legs. Front and back are all very nicely articulated. They actually can move in and out. As you see, I can push the leg out a little bit away from the body. It's a little hard again to do this with one hand, but the leg can move out and then back in, and then of course forward and back. And all four legs do that. The overall paint scheme you can see is just a brown on the back and then a lighter brown And the weird thing about it, though, as far as the paint goes, is that it's this brownish color all over, but then it has this random spot here of like a yellow type of a color, basically, right here on the back of the legs. I think that that would have looked better if they would have made the underbelly yellow as well to mix with that, but it's not anything bad. It just could have looked a little better had the underbelly been yellow as well. And the head coloration, you can see a darker coloration around the eyes, and the outer rim of the frill is also a darker brownish color. So overall, the paint and the detail on this is fantastic. These Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom Roar of War figures are so nice. I love them. I have yet to be unimpressed with anything that I've gotten from this Jurassic World line, and these Roar of Wars are among my favorite of the entire lineup. I love the noises they make. I love the paint on them. I love the sculpt work is just incredible. This new Fallen Kingdom line, I keep saying, is just one of the best things that has ever happened to Jurassic Park in general, because these new figures are so beautiful and so insanely highly detailed that they just look fantastic. As far as the size goes, you are looking at a foot, just a little over a foot, so 12 inches in the length, and then the height, you're looking at about 4.5 inches high in the back area. For a size comparison, there's Mr. Papo T-Rex. So they size up, not perfectly, but they're not too far off. You can see a nice little battle between these two if you were buying them for toys, and they wouldn't be too bad off as far as the size goes. Maybe this is just a younger T-Rex and this is just an old Triceratops, I don't know. But either way, they don't size up comparably too bad. But this Triceratops is beautiful, an absolutely insanely beautiful Triceratops. I love this new Mattel line, and I will continue to review these figures because they are just some of the best dinosaur figures in my opinion coming out currently. They're all so beautiful and so nice. Everything about them is awesome. Really brings me back to my childhood when I used to buy the old Kenner toys. It makes me just relive my youth buying these newer figures because they look so good and so comparable to those figures. They're all absolutely awesome. So if you do want to buy this guy, head to your local Walmart because I don't know if they're on the website yet. I've been checking every so often so I can update my videos with links to the actual items, but so far I can't seem to find them. But as I've purchased all of them in store, I know that you can get them there as long as they're restocked anyway. And this guy's about $15, so a good price for a nice large Triceratops. Absolutely beautiful. Mattel, again, killing it as they've been for quite some time with this line. So definitely head out to your Walmart, buy this guy, and then please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next review.